Hey y'all, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for another Yes for the Mess deep dive. Okay, now before we get into today's Yes for the Mess deep dive, we got to talk about a few things first before we get into what we're here to talk about. So let's get into the first thing that we got, and then the second thing. Now, the first thing is, as you guys already know, I am nominated for 2 Boss Babe Awards, and it's basically the same categories that I was nominated in last year. And the platform itself, Scotty by Nature TV, is nominated for Boss Babe YouTuber of the Year, as well as Boss Babe Podcast of the Year for the Prelude with Scotty and Jamar, with Jamar84 alongside me. If you have not voted, make sure you start voting now, because voting started on February the 1st and it ends on March the 1st. So make sure you guys support me, support Jamar84, as well as the other nominees that are in there that are in my close-knit circle, which is Bundy Blue as well as House of Aaron. We're all nominated this year. So make sure you guys support all three of us. Well, all four of us, really, all four of us, and do what it do. Also, on Monday, the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be on Giving You the Realties platform this time at 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys be there or be square. That's pretty much all that we got. So let's go ahead and get into today's deep dive, okay? Now, today is Saturday, which means that, like I said on the last video, you'll probably be getting a lot of Yes for the Miss deep dives on Saturday and possibly on Sundays, or mainly on slow news weeks where there's really nothing to talk about, so you guys can get a little bit of content, all right? So the second deep dive of the day is mainly about these two iconic female artists. They just so happen to be rappers, Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. I was born on February the 12th, 1989, which means I grew up in the 90s. And I grew up on Lil Kim. One of my first cassettes was the Ladies Night single. I used to love Lil Kim growing up. I used to call myself, and I should have known I was gay even back then. But Lil Kim used to refer to herself as the Queen Bee. She still refers to herself as that. I used to say that I was the King Bee. Didn't realize that Queen Bee was Queen and shit like that. But I can still call myself King Bee even now, because that means I'm the king. Okay, period. So Lil Kim from Brooklyn, she started in the group Junior Mafia, okay? And East Coast rap was big in the 90s before, down East Coast and West Coast rap, to be honest, was very, very big in the 90s before, like towards the like 98, 99, when, Southern rap became huge. It was all about the East Coast and the West Coast. We do know that Lil Kim was a part of Junior Mafia alongside, Lil C's and, the Notorious B.I.G. and all of them. You know what I mean? Like, she was a part of that group where, Junior Mafia had like the Players Anthem, Get Money, Need You Tonight featuring Leah and all that, up until she got, and I remember, do y'all remember one of her verses that was on like Total song No One Else? She was like, I got the Hot Wheels, you got a fast car. Oh, yes, girl. One of my favorite verses by Lil Kim. Now, y'all do know that she came out with Hardcore back in 1996. And one of her first singles was I Got No Time for Fake. Let's sip some Cristal with these real from East to West Coast spreading love. And while you just talk shit, we count bank figures. Hey, my mommy, it's about it. Did you rock? You know that song. Then she came out with Crush on You, featuring Lil C's. Now, if you ever heard the version on her album, I hate that version. You want to know why? Because she's not even on it. It's all Lil C's, and I don't want to hear Lil C's. But anyway, hey, yo, shorty, what you come get a bag of the weed do? I be undressed in the bra, all see-through. While you count your jewels, thinking I'ma cheat you. The only one thing I want to do is freak you. Keep your stone stats, I got my own regrets. And I be doing things that you won't regret. Little Kim the Queen Bee, so you best take heed. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. I'ma throw shade if I can't get paid. Throw you up to your girl like the Army Benet. You can slide on my ice like the Escapade. And get you, yeah, with the marmalade. Who me? Not you. Oh, yes, who's he? I even dig your man style, but I love your profile. Whisper in your ear and get you all shook up, but don't blush. Just keep this on the hush. Okay. I said her whole damn life. Oh my God. She had Crush on You. And then she did a remix to Not Tonight. You know, the original Not Tonight was produced by Jermaine Dupri. I think that was probably the last track on Hardcore. And I actually love the original version of Not Tonight. It's one of my favorite hooks. It goes like this. Doom, doom. Da, 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 da. I don't want tonight. Mm. Da, 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 eat my stay right. Okay, so when you hear it on radio, it's the Ladies Night remix. Bang this in your whips, pop the quarter roadie with the chips in the wrist. Here's a French kiss. I dismiss all you chicks. Fix this from the 4th, make you dance. Pow! I stay focused, and the dope is like a penny with a hole in it. Y'all just hopeless and toteness. I ain't lying, trying to knock me off. Keep trying. All it takes is one phone call to my queen. Be promote that. It's like the sound jack. Ooh, jack. Set it off with the 850. Y'all missing the book with the bump Biggie in the truck. And you walk to my pebble. Let me see you do the bank head with your riches. It's they make me wax the QB. And I got all my sisters with me. Yeah, what? Okay, that's my song, Ladies Night. One of her biggest songs. And I have yet to hear an all-female record that sounds like that. So Kim had other features like All About the Benjamins, one of my favorite verses by her. Quiet Storm, which that verse started a mega beef between her and Foxy Brown. And then, she went from being like the hood girl from Brooklyn to, a Barbie doll by the time the Notorious KIM came out. Like, she was obviously going into different places. Like, she was like this fashionista type of girl. Like, we will never forget the VMAs where she had the outfit on with the one breast out. And, Diana Ross did a breast like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was everything. Like, Lil Kim was everything. Like, that was one of my favorite rappers growing up. And a lot of the times we always hear that female rap unity was a big thing in the 90s. No, it wasn't. Lil Kim had her own set of beefs, okay? Like, she had beef with Eve, she had beef with Foxy. If I'm not mistaken, there was some talk of a beef with, the likes of Queen Pen back in the day. But I think that Queen Pen had more of an issue with Foxy Brown more so than anything. I remember when Foxy Brown did the verse for Bang Bang for Capone and Noriega's song. And that particular verse created a bigger fiasco than it needed to. Somebody got off their record. You know what I mean? Like, the 90s rappers were really, really about their life. Okay. She came out with the Notorious KIM. Came out with No Matter What They Say. I was 11 years old, right? My mama was pregnant with my brother when that song was out. And I knew that song word for word. You know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite parts of that song was I get paid just for laying in the shade to take pictures with a glass of lemonade. My ride shone like it was dipped in Cascade. Lil Kim been fly since she was in the 6th grade. Wake up in the morning to breakfast from a maid. Wanted me so bad you ain't cop the bootleg. Y'all niggas played like a hot top fade. Some of this, y'all know how I got paid. Y'all rock Versace, y'all went out and bought it. I rock Versace and y'all know I ain't paid for it. Okay, what? When the queen come in town, everything shut down. Okay. Then she had How Many Licks, another great record. Then by the time we get to early 2001, she did the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, Lady Marmalade, the Patti LaBelle remake. Okay. It went #1, got her first Grammy, right? After that, she came out with La Bella Mafia, the record, The Jump Off, one of my favorite Lil Kim songs. And then, of course, she had Magic Stick with 50 Cent, a big record, went #2 on the Hot 100 as well as the R&B and hip hop charts. La Bella Mafia is probably my favorite Lil Kim album. So let's go down the list. Okay, I love Hold It Down. I think it was produced by Havoc of Mobb Deep, and I just love the way it opens. Now, here's a little story I got to tell about a gangsta ass you know so well. It started way back in history with Little Kim, Junior Mafia, and B.I.G. Go Kim, go Kim, hold it now. Like, yes. Of course, The Jump Off. I love that song. You can't with Queen Bee. Yes, it was that full force sample. Love the Beehive record, love Heavenly Father, Shake Your Bum Bum, Magic Stick. Came back for you when she came for Eve, honey. Cause you do know that Eve had come for had came for Lil Kim on the Let Me Blow Your Mind record. She was like, some of y'all ain't writing well, too concerned with fashion. None of you went to Zell Kamar can imagine a lot of y'all Hollywood drama, casting, cut camera off, real blasting. Okay. That's what she was doing. She was coming for Kim on that record, right? So then Lil Kim came back for you. So if you didn't know, in the Come Back for You song, when she was coming at Eve, she was like, how did that verse go? Damn, how did it start? I'm sick of all you acts with your bubblegum raps, like the sand in the hourglass, you out of your time. Trying to go against the queen, is you out of your mind? Because even being number two, your chances are slim. Because when God made Adam, he should have made Kim. I gave a few passes, but I never forget. It's enough I gotta put up with this doo-doo brown chick. Now you want to come at me for both sides, I'm getting money. Don't think I just be letting slide. I'm very concerned with fashion. And my fault you don't know how to rap this Hollywood thing. Y'all need to let me style you. Come back to like I started this. How soon we forget I'm the heart of this. So keep your techie ways and go back to your stripper days. Cause long as I'm around, you're gonna bow down. Okay, that was Came Back for You. So, and that song was nominated for a Grammy. Then she came out with The Naked Truth, and that was around the time where she was going to jail. Put Your Lighters Up was one of her last big records as a solo artist. And then she came out with Whoa, and after that, she went to jail. She came out of jail, and then she came out with Keisha Cole on the Let It Go record. Big record, okay? Enter Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was a rapper on the come up. She had several mixtapes like Playtime is Over, Sucker Free, Beam Me Up Scotty, all of that. One of the first records like that was like a mainstream song, but it really wasn't a mainstream song, but it was like a major song. Nicki Minaj did was like the Yo Gotti 5 Star Chick remix. That's one of the first times I really paid attention to Nicki Minaj. And then she started doing feature after feature leading up to her debut album, Pink Friday. One of my favorite albums by her, if not my favorite album by her. She had not Young Love, but Your Love, Right Through Me, Moment for Life, Roman's Revenge, Fly, Did It On, no, second album. No, that's first album. Did It On them. All those records. We do know that she was throwing shots at Kim on Hello Good Morning, on Monster, on a lot of the features that she was on. Pink Friday was one of the biggest female rap releases of its time at the time. She came out with Roman Reloaded. She kind of got a little bit of flack because she was doing a lot of Euro pop records like Starships and that bullshit like that. But I did love Bees in a Trap. Now that's still my record. Like I love Bees in a Trap. But I don't really remember nothing else off that album. Was By Your Side, that song she did with Chris Brown? A Meek Mill? Somebody. Chris Brown probably, but I like that song too. Um, but that album really that yeah, people try to forget that album ever even existed. And then she came out with the Pink Print, which was a little bit more personal. That was during the time where she was breaking up with Safari. Um, Only was a single. What's the other one? Pills and Potions, Feeling Myself, um, Better Lies, The Crying Game. Like those were a lot of great records on the Pink Print. And then maybe 4 years later, she came out with Queen. That was during the whole Cardi B debacle. She came out with Chun Li, and I just wasn't feeling Queen. And then now she's out with Pink Friday too, and stuff like that. So ever since Nicki been in the game, she's been beefing with somebody. She came in beefing with Kim. I think that was a little small little thing with Iggy. I'm not really certain about that, but that's what we're hearing. That's what I heard. And then there was the major one with Cardi B, and now there's one with Lotto, and now there's a beef with Megan Thee Stallion. So I went down just to talk about these ladies' careers and stuff like that, and just to see exactly where their careers land. When Nicki Minaj first came out, there was a lot of talk about how she was compared to Lil Kim and how she took Lil Kim's whole swag with the different color wigs and the Barbie persona and things like that. Because let's be honest, if you grew up in the 90s, you do know that Lil Kim did that shit first. Get your own shit while you ride mine. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was given. So you could honestly tell that was the thing. So I'm just like, girl, okay, but back then when Nicki came out, I was 21 years old. So I was pretty young at the time. And there wasn't really no female rappers out there at the time. It was only really Trina that was out there. And it really wasn't a lot of girls out there back then. And I was excited to hear her. Like I didn't want to give her a chance because I come from the school of Lil Kim and Foxy and Eve and DeBrad and Missy Elliott. Like them was my girls. But then you got Nicki. So I did feel like back then that Kim was being like, like the bitter OG who was like not trying to give the new girl a shot and things like that. And she was saying how, Nicki was stealing her swag. And I just felt like at the end of the day, nothing is ever really original and everybody kind of takes something from inspiration. Like Madonna, you got Lady Gaga. Mary, you got Keisha. You know, there's a lot of artists that kind of do something that is reminiscent of somebody else. Like Usher, you could tell that he was heavily influenced by Michael Jackson, or like Chris Brown looks like he was heavily influenced by the likes of Michael and Usher at the same time. Like you can see it in him. He's mainly a young Usher. You know what I'm saying? Like I can be honest and say that I studied a lot of my YouTube idols, like Kevin from the Scorpion Show, Armand Wiggins, and I don't really try to take their style, but I do study what they do. And I do make it my own. Like I don't try to steal their personas and be just like them or anything like that, but I definitely do that. And I think that's where I was coming from. I was like, nothing is really original under the sun. I feel like at the end of the day, it was more to it than that. I just felt like at the time that, Kim was the OG. She should, let her come in gracefully and let her do a thing. But as I got older and started watching those Playtime is Over videos, I could honestly see that it was way more deeper than what I thought it was. Like it was subs being thrown before she even got a record deal. Like she was coming for the spot. Like she knew that Kim was the blueprint of female rap at that time. And whether it's a whole crop of girls or not, there's always one person that stands out, and that is the blueprint, and that is Kim. When Kim was out in the 90s, you got Kim, you got Missy. Those were the biggest ones. But everybody flocked to the style of Kim. But like I said, you had Kim, you had Missy, and then you got Eve, you got Foxy, you got the Brat, you got Trina, you got Gangsta Boo, you got who else you could say? You got Queen Pen, you got all these different female rappers at that time. When Nicki came out, there was no one else. But after a while, you'll see certain people come in and come out, like Dage Loafer come in, come out, Iggy, get a number one record and leave. But then when we got closer to the end of the 2010s, you started seeing these new girls pop up. Cardi, Megan, Lotto, the City Girls, Cash Doll. All these different female rappers are coming up now. And now, Nicki is the blueprint of female rap now. Now she's the one that people want to model their careers over. Because as much as we may not like, some of us may not like Nicki and her persona and her obnoxious need to compete with everybody, she is the blueprint for today's female rap. A lot of these girls that are coming up probably did look up to the likes of a Nicki Minaj. They probably looked at Nicki and wanted to be a rapper. Like, that is the truth. I really do feel that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like right now, Nicki is at the place where Kim was when she was coming out, when she was out, when she came out. You know, Nicki is now coming across as the same bitter OG that we thought Lil Kim was back in 2020, back in 2010 when she came out. But I also feel like Nicki wants to be the main girl still. She don't want to slow down. And ain't nothing wrong with not wanting to slow down. You know, get your paper, do what you got to do. Show that you are still the best 15 years later. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But she sees everybody as competition. And I think that's a problem. But then again, there's some people who may not think that that's a problem. But um I think you should just take it at face value. I just think that Nicki is always going to be Nicki. She's always going to be the queen. So no matter who comes out, it's really not a threat to her or her success or whatever she's ever done. You know, because clearly she has this built-in fan base that's going to support her regardless of what she does or what she releases. And the shit that she could release probably is whack as hell, and they're still going to support it. And honestly, it ain't really nothing wrong with that. You know, it is what it is, but that's how I see it. She's going to always have a place and they're always going to support her. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. So I think that when it all boils down, Lil Kim and Nicki, I think they're two sides of the same coin. Um they are the same person. Lil Kim was the model for female rap, and now it's Nicki. And now the new girls are coming up, and and Nicki is well over 15 years in the game, which is unheard of for a female rapper. Because by the time you get to your fourth album, like, you're done. It becomes a struggle for you to keep it going. But with Nicki, she's continued to grow, continued to come. I think the problem is that she hasn't grown as an artist. To me, you know, it's always the same. All these bitches is my sons and this type of thing. Or I'm the best and you bitches want to be me and all this other shit. Like, it's only so many times we can hear that. But I wonder if there could be a time where Lil Kim and Nicki could sit on the same stage together and perform their records. Like, I remember there was a versus battle, and Kim said that she would go against Nicki, but I just feel like that's not the battle that I would want to see. I don't want to see Nicki and Lil Kim in no versus battle. You know who I want to see in the versus battle with Lil Kim? I want to see Foxy in a versus battle with Lil Kim. That's what I want to see. They're from the same era. Their beef is legendary. Why not bank off of that? You feel what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. But I don't know. Time will tell with this situation, but I want to know, what do you guys think about Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj? Do you guys think that they're two sides of the same coin? Do you guys think that Lil Kim was bitter when Nicki came out? Do y'all think that Nicki disrespected Lil Kim when she first came out? And do you guys think that she did kind of steal her swag? Let's talk about it down below. So as we get ready to get up out of here, you guys do know that I have to pay bills before we go. So let's do that. So first things first. Tramiel has a single out right now, and it's called Long Days, and it's available everywhere. So make sure you guys purchase and stream the record because it's out everywhere. Bando has a song out right now too, and it's called Bando's Dream. It's now available on Spotify, Apple Music, as well as the YouTube. Okay. And he also has another record out right now that is called DUI, and it's also available right now for purchase and streaming. So make sure you guys support him, support the music, because Bando is a great artist. He's a great rapper. He has great music. Make sure you guys support my baby daddy. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, I am Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boy's up out of here. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Ciao.